So it definitely feels like autumn now. We've got definitely cooler temperatures. The fleece is definitely odd most mornings, and it's the you defrost the van, get rid of some of the condensation. The leaves are starting to change as well. And today's the first day where I actually had to pack the van in the dark, which is always a bit of a dispiriting shift, but there's still much to enjoy, though the year is far from over. So what does autumn mean as a woodland leader or forest school leader? Well, it's a time where, as I just said, it gets cooler. This means that for me, I usually up the number of sessions that I'll have a fire. So I'll do a lot more campfire cooking, a lot more fire skills, just keep people warm. You've also got to be pretty hot on your shelters, because when it gets wet, and wet people get cold. Even with decent waterproofs, children can only last so long before they start getting pretty chilled, especially if they're not moving around a lot. If they're moving around a lot, there's still plenty to go. It also means kind of looking ahead to winter, thinking about any Christmas activities and getting those planned. But then also, it's a bit of a time of consolidation. So we're still full on with sessions, still got weekly sessions going, but from the hectic pace from summer, it has kind of dropped a bit. So there's a bit of a spike right when we hit September, when all the sessions resume, where you're working hard for a week or two, but then it starts relaxing a bit and the number of events go down, which means you have a little bit more time to spend with friends and family. And as I said in my previous video, get that work-life balance back even. So yes, there's plenty to be grateful for this time of year, and you also have more opportunities for crafts and so on. So the conkers are dropping, and the acorns are almost off. So yeah, there's plenty of things. Elder beads are a fantastic way to fantastic way to celebrate autumn. It's all autumnal fruits. If you haven't made the most of all of the apples and pears and so on, those are right in season now, so get cooking with those. And then you can go right into lots of themed activities around pumpkin carving for Halloween, Christmas events, so on. It's just all about making the most of the change of the seasons. And if you spend every day out, you can really start to see and appreciate the shifts that are happening around you. And this is something that you really do want to pass on to the children as well. Like, celebrate the colours, the difference as things shift. Autumn is still a beautiful time of year, and there's still plenty to see. But yes, it's also time for consolidation, thinking about what's next. For a lot of outdoor instructors, it's working out what we're going to do with the hungry gap in winter. Are you going to try and plow through with extra fires and hand warmers, or are you going to take a little bit of time for yourself and travel, spend some time with family? Ideally both. I mean, for myself, that it's going to be a bit of time spent with my family, a bit of time spent traveling. It is nice to get away either to somewhere warmer or somewhere a whole lot colder where you get proper snow. But yes, there will also be sessions and activities, and for me it'll also be a chance to focus on the arm of the business that doesn't necessarily need a person to be working outside. So working on kind of online parts, getting your websites all ready for the upcoming spring. It's a time of shifts, but that doesn't mean that you have to get depressed about it. I think it's also important to take time for yourself. it's all too easy to get wrapped up in the cycle of sessions and drying off kit and being prepared for that, keeping an eye on the weather forecast always, that you sometimes forget that sometimes you've got to look after yourself, and you've got to make yourself hot chocolate, wrap yourself in blankets, and sometimes have a quiet evening, because the families and children and the people that rely on you for sessions want the best person. They want the person that's happy and relaxed and is enjoying the season, because children especially look to us as role models. Like, how do we deal with it? Are we complaining about how cold and wet it is, or are we just out and I'm going to say the cliche, dancing in the rain? So yes, make the most of your autumn transition, live life to the fullest, and make sure that you look after yourself as well. So with that, I think I'll leave it there for another week. See you all next time. Thank you so much for always listening and supporting. And remember, make the most of every day.